Hi, this is Kevin Davis with Our Ketogenic Life. What can you eat on a ketogenic lifestyle? Now, let's separate these into different categories. Let's start with the staples that you're going to buy, that you're going to have in your cabinet to cook with, to season with. Now, the first thing we need to do is get rid of the vegetable oils, corn oils, seed oils that we have. Those are more pro-inflammatory. What we want to do is look for oils like olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and real butter. These are the ones that we need to have in our shelves that we can cook with, that we can put on our foods. And when we need to add our fat to get our percentages up, because remember, a ketogenic diet is high in fat. So what we want to do is add the fats, and these are good fats. And it's easy to add 20-some grams of fat just by a tablespoon or two of these oils. Now, remember, a ketogenic diet is not high in protein, but the proteins that you can eat on a ketogenic diet are pretty much any one that you want. Now, obviously, if you have grass-fed beef, if you have free-range chickens, and especially their eggs, that's much better than eating the ones that are caged. But I understand that sometimes these are in limited supply and they're probably a little bit more expensive. If you can afford them, I would really hope that you could make that extra choice to get that, because without the hormones that it has, it is much better for you. But again, I know that sometimes that's hard to do. So any kind of meat's fine. Now we want to, sometimes having having processed meats are okay, but we want to stay away from as much processed foods as we can. Again, I know sometimes it's a limited budget. Sometimes you're in a pinch and you have to do certain things, and that's okay. But the more fresh that you get it, the better off that you are. Now, as far as vegetables are concerned, vegetables are included and are encouraged on a ketogenic diet. Now, what we want to do is be able to pick the right ones. If you want a simple rule, if the vegetables grow in the ground, we kind of stay away from, like carrots. If it grows above ground, spinach, cauliflower, broccoli, things like that, those are the ones that we want to stay with. Now, as far as dairy, dairy's fine, but not milk. That's something that has a lot of sugar in it. But when you do choose your dairy, make sure that it's full fat. So the cheese, the sour cream, cottage cheese, things like that, you make sure it's all full fat. Now, nuts are okay, seeds are okay. The two that we do stay away from as far as nuts are peanuts and cashews. These are more legumes than they are nuts. They have more carbs. So we want to stay away from those as well too. Now with fruits, we kind of hold those to begin with, especially until we get a metabolic profile that is more healthy. Later on, we can add these fruits back in, especially the berries. And what I try to do is I try to think from a biblical standpoint that God made these fruits in season. And I think that's the times that we need to be focused on eating those fruits. If they're out of season, then maybe we need to stay away from them. So one last thing I want to talk about is drinking your calories. Now, with a ketogenic diet, the one thing I don't want you to do in any kind of lifestyle, basically, is don't drink your calories. When you add sugar to your coffee, to your tea, when you drink regular pop, or even Gatorade. I've had people come back in thinking they did so well because they've switched from pop to Gatorade, but it has just as much sugar. So be aware of what you're putting in your mouth, because that's easily to drink your calories and not even realize it. So hopefully this has helped. I encourage you to visit our website at Our Ketogenic Life. We have a printout there that will maybe help you understand this a little bit better. You'll have something in your hand, so when you go to the grocery store, you can take it with you and be able to choose wisely. You have a blessed day. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you later.